Incidents of fire tragedies and unrest in schools have sparked concern in the country, with administrative and education officials continuing to search for a lasting solution. According to the Nairobi North Sub-County Education Office, the dilemma in some schools that are still in session is persuading students to remain in school despite receiving reports that their peers are at home. According to them, visits to various schools have revealed that there are underlying causes of unrest, with calls for teachers and students to communicate in order to resolve them. Several leaders, however, have continued to give differing opinions on the incidents and how to resolve them. NTV's Yugen Nambeka starts our broadcast tonight.
Waves of unrest in schools across the country have continued to raise concern, with education stakeholders saying there are deep underlying causes behind the disruptions that have caused deaths and destruction of property.
They're telling us that they want to go home because of the major issue is meals. They've also raised issues about congestion in their dormitories, which we've seen also, and we are trying to decongest those dormitories. They're also talking about issues affecting them and their teachers. Some of them are feeling that we are not communicating well.
We are spending the whole night awake. We are sleeping very few hours during the day so that we can try to at least reduce the tension on the ground.
However, education officers say that dialogue between teachers and students could improve the situation, noting that students complain that their teachers are not listening and the students do not have a proper way of articulating their issues. They have also dismissed the idea of sending students home early, saying it would depend on the severity of conditions in each school.
They don't have, in most cases, a very good reason for wanting to go home. They just want to go home because their peers are at home. And that's why we are calling upon parents and all stakeholders that let's convince them and let them understand.
It has come a time when principals are supposed to engage with the students. We have means of engaging with students. They can communicate through the suggestion box, listen to their communication. They can communicate through kamukunjis, listen to their communication, and also provide what they require in their welfare.
Several schools in the area have been affected, with the government saying it has stepped up efforts to address the incidents, visiting schools, engaging students and teachers, and giving recommendations for immediate implementation.
When the unrest started, 3 of our schools were affected. That is Highway Secondary, Pumwani Boys, and Our Lady of Mercy Girls. Of the 3, only Our Lady are yet to resume.
However, Kiharu MP Ndindi Nyoro has proposed that the academic calendar be reviewed to give learners a break in the second term as a lasting solution to such incidents. He says there may be too much pressure on students and adding more rest days and visiting days could bring relief.
Kama nchi tukiangalia vizuri tuone ya kwamba the pressure is too much, na wanafunzi especially wale wako boarding school can be given even a weekend off. We must do it as a country to avert whatever is happening in our institutions.
At the same time, Trans Nzoia Governor George Natembeya has said overcrowding in some schools is the main cause of tragedies witnessed when fire incidents occur, warning that high numbers of students in small dormitories are dangerous and could lead to major loss of life in the event of any incident.
Ile mambo ambayo alifanyia kule utumishi Gilgil, kama ingekuwa hapa St. Joseph's, watoto wangekufa in their thousands. Maana ukienda St. Joseph's, vitanda inaanzia kwa mlango na imeshikana hivi, hakuna mahali mtoto anaweza kupitia. Is a disaster waiting to happen.
Officials say they are on top of the situation, engaging both students and teachers to ensure there's no disruption. However, are these measures enough to contain the unrest? Yugen Nambeka, NTV, Nairobi.